The Commission today published two sets of guidelines. First of all, today it brought out practical guidelines to ensure free movement of critical workers. It's identified workers carrying out critical professions, particularly to combat the coronavirus epidemic. And the free movement continues for those workers in the European Union, and that's essential. That applies to healthcare workers, children workers, scientists, people working in the food sector, and so on. This is not an exhaustive list, of course. Seasonal workers in farmers, in some circumstances, are carrying out essential activities of harvesting, planting, or maintenance, and therefore should be dealt with as critical workers as well. The guidelines also spell out that Member States should authorise cross-border workers in general to continue to cross borders if the work in the sector concerned is still authorised by the host Member State. The Commission has also published practical guidelines to implement the temporary restriction for non-essential journeys to an EU destination, following up from the request made by members of the European Council on the 26th of March. These guidelines are designed to help border guards and authorise dealing with visas to provide advice on temporary restrictions at borders and facilitation of transit to repatriate EU citizens, and also visa-related issues. It deals with practical issues raised by Member States during the twice-weekly video conferences for Ministries of the Interior and technical meetings of Member States. Two press releases have also been made available on our site, and we are the contact point for questions. Thank you, Marta. The key point here is that we, of course, have always stressed the need for goods, and particularly for medical equipment and protection equipment, pharmaceutical products, and also components which would allow medical devices and other medical equipment to be produced and to circulate in the EU. The same goes, of course, for all the everyday consumer products that we need in our everyday lives, but also medical staff, cross-border workers in general, should be able to cross borders and go to their place of work if we wish to continue to make sure that our economies keep operating. Obviously, that is the basis for combating the coronavirus.